What's up, viewers? Back with your boy Ken Mosley, aka K-Dog, back with another video. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. If you're a returning viewer, I want to say welcome back. Well, I'm sure everybody has heard, because that's all they've been hearing on news talk radio, is the shooting at Nats Park. I don't know what all the hubbub's about. It wasn't that serious. Authorities say that gunshots were fired outside of Nats Park on South Capitol Street. Not in Nats Park, outside of Nats Park. Let everybody know. Caused a panic. Everybody scattered. What they should have did was told them, remain calm, remain seated, until they found out exactly what was going on. Watch this.
All right, well, thank you. Developing this morning, more gun violence in the district. This time, it sent a wave of Nats fans running for cover.
Bursts of gunfire were heard outside of Nats Park, while inside, thousands of fans were watching the Nats take on the San Diego Padres. This morning, Fox 5 Stephanie Ramirez live at Nats Park with the latest on this. And, this morning, as everybody wakes up, they're, vacillating, Stephanie, between, wondering what went on last night and also the search for questions in this investigation.
Tom, so we know at least 3 people shot, and we are monitoring right now to see if charges will be announced against 2 of those people. Officials telling us that 2 of those people shot were believed to be involved in this shooting. We just want to also show you the proximity here. So I'm right in front of Nats Park, just outside of one of the garages here on South Capitol Street. About a block away near O Street is where this shooting happened. Now, the 3rd victim, Tom, in this was an innocent bystander, a woman, a Nats fan who happened to be outside of the park at the time of this shooting. It happened last night at around 9:30 in the evening. This was in the 6th inning of the Nats-Padres game when shots were fired. Fans started rushing for exits. There was a lot of screaming. The stadium then began to broadcast on a loudspeaker for people to stay inside the ballpark. And there are reports of players taking in fans into the dugout for shelter. DC police say this started with 2 vehicles involved in a shootout outside of the stadium's 3rd base gate. That is the area near South Capitol and O Streets. One vehicle apparently pulled up to another. They engaged, and then shots are fired. And Nats Park security official says that they had issued a shelter-in-place for about 10 to 15 minutes. Our colleague Sierra Fox was on the ground here and spoke with a family live who says they were told by a ballpark worker to leave the area.
You saw a whole bunch of people scrambling and kind of running out, and so, of course, you don't wait to find out what's happening. You run with everybody else, right? So I think that was the crux of the matter, is trying to find out what's going on. Rather than waiting and being curious, I think everybody was essentially following everybody else running out. And unfortunately, some people did get, run over, and little kids and things of that nature. So I think the pandemonium, of course, kind of freaked people out.
Everybody running everywhere. Everywhere. By the time people were running out of the stadium, all the commotion was over. Here's something I always say. A person is calm and rational. A mob is frantic and stupid. When one person runs, when 2 or more start running, everybody take off. They ain't worrying about why they running. They ain't worrying about where they running. They just running. Then they find out later. That's what happened in Nats Park. But that's not my problem. My problem, my beef, what's been riding me, what's been needling me, is DC is my town. Southeast is where I live at. We go through this all the time. All the time. The minute them spectators, them lily white, soft in the ass spectators start feeling a little threatened, they want to get their ass back across that bridge, then it becomes a problem. Now we got to stop this gun violence. Like I said, We live with this every day. Every day. Somebody busting off. But for some reason, you powers that be don't hear us. When we say, this has got to stop, give us some help, give us some police presence, you don't hear us. But the minute that baseball revenue, all those merchants that are in and around Nats Park get a little threatened, it's all over the news. Shots fired at Nats Park, all over sports radio. Oh, I was there and all I heard was pop, 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 and I tried to get out. Well, like I said, we deal with this every day. Watch this.
The D.C. police have identified the young girl murdered in Southeast D.C. last night as Nia Courtney. She was 6 years old. Tonight, police are asking for your help to find her killer. Get a good look. This is video released from D.C. police showing the suspect's car. Our Colby Satterfield tells us how the police department is desperate for the community to stand up and help them identify the people inside this car.
I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. The cowards who committed this crime came into this community without any regard for human life, without regard for Naya's life.
Impassioned words from D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti, whose department is working around the clock to arrest the suspect or suspects who shot 6 people Friday night at the corner of Malcolm X and MLK Boulevard. 6-year-old Nia Courtney did not survive.
Again, as long as it ain't affecting you, you want to go to your baseball game and go home. But the minute them bullets start flying around you, you think it's a problem. I'm gonna tell you something else I got to beef with. Every time the government wants to place new laws and new sanctions on gun control, the NRA and its dumbass lobbyists hit Capitol Hill in protest. Remember this?
We set out this year to defeat the divisive forces that would take freedom away. I want to say those fighting words for everyone within the sound of my voice to hear and to heed, and especially for you, Mr. Gore. From my cold, dead hands.
Whenever they feel like they ain't gonna be able to get their guns, which is nothing more than control, because it ain't protection, it's control. Whenever the NRA feels threatened, that their dollars that they funnel into representatives and senators ain't buying what they want, they get in an uproar. But the second we get a mass shooting at a school, we get a mass shooting at some restaurant, we get a mass shooting anywhere. Let me ask you this. Do you hear from the NRA then? I wait. No, you don't. They quiet as church mouses. Our laws and our rights, I do believe it's the Second Amendment, gives us the right to bear arms. But people that support the NRA, people that are in the NRA, what they interpret is as, we have the right to bear arms, not you. Let me say that again. We have the right to bear arms, not you. Let me drop some truth on you, and I hope you can handle it. As long as companies make guns, they will always find their way into the wrong hands. As long as someone can make $1 selling legally or illegally firearms, we will always have these problems. always. But until everybody understands the gun violence problem in this country, it is never going to get solved. Because as long as that problem does not come to the powers that be's doorstep, they don't care. They see it on the news. How can you not see it on the news? As long as it's not bothering them, as long as it's not pertaining to them, as long as it's not stopping them from making money, they don't care. Well, that's my rant for today. This is Ken Mosley, aka K-Dog. If you like my video, like my points, disagree with my points, put them in the comments section for me. I'd love to hear from you. Give me that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please smash, crush, stomp on that subscribe button. Support a brother. I'm out. Peace.